Alright. Like I said, we'll see how this goes. And go nowhere. Like I said, I'm going to start around 6:30. It's 6:25 right now. I'll wait and see if anybody joins. If nobody joins, that's fine. Maybe someday somebody will see this and say, wait a second, you can donate a liver? I thought you needed that thing. Which, I have a lot of people at work that question me all the time. Don't you need that organ to live? Are you willing to die for this guy? I said, don't y'all remember 5th grade biology, I believe, where we learned that the liver was the one organ that does regenerate? I didn't know that either. Until, let's see, it was, this whole process started, 6-7 years ago. A coworker of my wife's, he needed our first, an email was sent around asking if anybody wanted to donate a liver. And my wife asked me, and I said, I'll look into it. So I went down to Baylor, and I got tested. The blood type has to match. That I passed. But I think that was in 2016. My wife would know a lot better than I would. Let's see if people are in here. Oh, yeah, but it's 6:27, so I got 3 more minutes. I don't know how you check to see if... Check on my iPad. Turn the volume off. Oh, that's Hebrew Band. If y'all have seen a few of my posts, our kids went to Hebron High School. They were in the marching band. This past weekend, I posted some videos from the March-a-thon. It's always fun to go to. And then why I'm doing this is because normally I have a hard time talking about the liver donation story. Half the time, even in the public, I start crying almost. So just in case that happens, I got some tissues. And the reason I'm out here and so painted up is just in case I start, not being able to talk. Maybe I'll throw some paint down and wait a while. Anyway, this painting I'm going to be working on. Oh, how about those Cowboys, huh? That was my prediction. You can tell I was way off. Well, I got one part right. Anyway, this coming, let me check it. This coming September 21st, we're going to we're going to walk in the St. Jude walk run up at Grandscape. I did last year. It's a thing my wife's company does. And I got a text earlier this week saying, hey Randy, this month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And so I had an idea on maybe a fundraiser I could do to raise some funds for our team. Anyway, I do some fluid art painting. It's not normally what I've done in the past. Normally my stuff is pretty photorealistic. Well, some people think it's They're a way better artists than I am. Anyway, a few months ago, my wife saw on Instagram a video of Fluid Art, where they pour the paint and you just watch it do its magic. And she said, "Hey, you ought to try that." So I think that was like in April or May. And I said, "Well, I've never really been becoming an abstract painter." And then I started looking into the supplies you have to buy. It's like, oh my, this medium is expensive. Anyway, I'm sure it's 6:30, so I guess we can start talking about what I really wanted to come on here to talk about. Anyway, so going back to the St. Jude thing, I think I'm going to paint up this canvas since it's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and to raise some funds for the Liver Walk. I'm going to paint the ribbon for childhood cancer awareness. Basically, any cancer awareness is the gold ribbon. So, in my just basically water and fluid technique. Water, and I use just some paint, because like I said, the supplies you have to buy are a little expensive, so I can't afford all that right now. Maybe one day, maybe if a bunch of prints sell on fineartamerica.com, Randy Staples, maybe then I could start affording the real stuff and get better. Maybe one day have a studio, because right now I can't. The apartment is small, and plus you really don't want to mess up things. Except I'm already messing up their porch. So I've posted, I've asked a few of y'all, give me some advice on how to get paint off concrete. Anyway, let's see what's going on. I have no idea how I find out if I'm even live. I don't see my live broadcast. Up 6:33. I said I was only going to do 8 minutes total, so let's set a timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and I'll just ramble on about what I wanted to discuss. So my sister-in-law, just about a week ago, I guess the memory came up of mine and Lee's interview with Channel 5 and NBC DFW, and she reposted it and said, my brother-in-law is a hero. And when I got into 2.5 years ago about looking into organ donation and helping our friend out, except, if y'all seen the interview, he passed on. But from all the information I learned, I wanted to continue. And I even asked my wife, would you, if the worst case scenario happens, would you want me to continue? And she kind of said, oh yeah, I know your heart, of course. So being outside, I keep getting bit. Anyway, so I said, no, all the numbers you learned, or I learned, that every year fall off the list and then even get that added to the list. Because there's A, not enough cadavers, B, there's not many living donors that do this, even for family members. And basically, regarding the liver, the only people ever really find out about the fact that you can donate the liver are the relatives. Like Dr. Gupta said, sorry I'm saying a lot. Anyway, like Dr. Gupta said, not many people remember that the liver does regenerate. And so that's also kind of why I'm on here. When we did the interview, he said, "Oh, y'all are willing to talk about this? Great." And so I asked him, I've never really been a social media person, as y'all can probably tell. But I said, well, I'll continue to tell my story every now and then, and that's the one exciting thing that I'm thinking could happen one day. Somebody could come up to me or Lee and say, "Hey, we saw your story, and y'all are the reason that I donated to a complete stranger." What I mean by that, complete stranger, so the term is called altruistic donor. That just means you won't know the recipient, and you may never know. I had to sign a contract, kind of like not to try to track him down for a year. However, I found out on his side, he'd never had that. So he kept bugging them. I think he jokes that around the 3 months checkup, because I had to have a 3 month checkup, a 6 month checkup, a year checkup, and then a 2 year checkup. So, and I passed them all, so that's good. But of course, Dr. Gupta, he says, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to keep track of you." Let me check time. Anyway, like I said before, on the test thing, yeah, I got about 1 minute. That's not good. So anyway, regarding my sister-in-law, I don't know if she's watching, and I'm not very good at technology. I'll figure out to see who's watching. But she called me a hero, and I've always had trouble with that term. To me, I was just doing what I felt led to do. So I'm getting better at learning the word hero. And then I came up with a silly little analogy that I would like to tell you all about. Bear with me, it's kind of, sometimes I think weird thoughts. But when it came to hero, I'm like, well, you know what? So there's Superman, there's Batman, we know Iron Man, we know police officers, firefighters. Matter of fact, one of my friends says a firefighter, his birthday's today. Anyway, I'm sorry, he's a police officer. But anyway, so we know heroes like that, and then soldiers, military, and I don't know, I just didn't think of as a hero. And then I started thinking about the analogy, and my silly analogy, stay with me on this. So, in this whole process, I consider myself a Robin. And you're like, what? Robin from Batman Robin? Well, let me explain what my crazy thought is. So, I don't know what y'all's beliefs is, but like I said before earlier, I just felt like this was meant to be, because I kept passing test after test. And I feel God, was stepped in and said, "No, this ain't going to be for you, Randy. So you're going to fail at this test." So I passed the blood test, EKGs, MRIs, I think like 6 months before the surgery, the first surgery. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and figure all this out. Maybe one day I need to write a book. But anyway, I remember going to the hospital and getting 17 vials of blood taken from me to test. So I passed all those tests, and to me, I really believe God was stepped in and said, "No, you're not moving to this step. Thanks for wanting to help, but you're not the one right now." But so anyway, so my Batman analogy story. So God, Batman Robin story. So God to me is the Batman in this, and there are tons of Robins. So it's not just me that's a hero. You have Dr. Gupta, he's a Robin. All my nurses that had to deal with me in the hospital, they're all Robins. My wife, his wife. I'm getting kind of whelpy. Anyway, so because I get whelpy, I said I'll talk about some other stuff too every now and then. So today is National Teddy Bear Day. And this teddy bear, if y'all seen the post that I have done, was given to me by my wife. Given to me by my wife the day after I got back from the hospital. Oh, maybe I should have done this live. Maybe I should just make a video so I could edit it and just post that. Anyway, it's well past 8 minutes, and so I think maybe I'll just let you go after a little bit. Maybe if y'all leave a comment down below, maybe I could do this weekly. Just come on here and discuss organ donation and all the Robins in your all's lives. Because it's not just me that was the hero in this story. Like I said, God to me was Batman, and I was just Robin, you know. And then Dr. Gupta, the team, Dr. Tesla, I think there was a Rachel Thompson, a Susie Lee, one of my nurses that really helped me out in the hospital. Oh, right, I just forgot. Daniel, I believe. So I was in the hospital for 4 days, and but I've heard this, I think they try to get you out before the weekend. But anyway, and then also wanted to come on here, and like I said, maybe we could weekly do this, and I could answer some of y'all's questions if you post questions about organ donation. But I will tell you this already. The number one question I get all the time is, how long did it take to recover? So I will answer that. So the liver takes 3 months to regenerate. Now my work, they were nice, very nice. They also too immediately said, "Oh yeah, Randy, you know, we offer 12 weeks of FMLA," and the lady I was mainly working with, Lana, she said, yeah, after about 8 weeks you could go back to work. And so I asked them, "Oh, I can come back to work after 8 weeks," and they looked at me and said, "Randy, you're a hero. you can go ahead and take all 12 weeks. So that was nice of them. So going back to my silly little analogy, if it makes sense to y'all, the Batman and Robin, those HR people were Robins too. You know, there was a whole team of heroes if you think about it, because a lot of things had to happen to make this all come together. All right, I think that's about all I wanted to discuss today. Oh, I said earlier, I got a joke for you. So, you don't know what the difference between a teddy bear is and an apple? Apple is growing trees. Bears, they climb trees. Actually, I think I goofed it up. Anyway, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed my silly ramblings. I was going to try to paint, but I can't stay focused that long. I guess I'll figure this out. Like I said, my last Facebook Live was 35 minutes, and I said today I would try to just stick to 8. That did not happen. I'll let y'all go. And